Greetings, vloggers, bloggers, followers, and potters. Dustin here from Dustin's Dynasty again with you again this week with the second half of our vlogs. Today we're going to talk about the holidays and what stresses autistic adults and people alike on the holidays. I struggle with a lot of the issues with holidays and autism that many autistics face. And frankly, if I could go from Thanksgiving to New Year's, I would love it. But unfortunately, that's not the way the world is intended. That's not how things exist in the world, and we have to deal with the Christmas likings, or dislikings, if we like, um, that bother us or bug us to, realize that we need to, you know, grasp a sense that, we have to manage ourselves through the holidays. So I may be doing, different things with tips and things of how to handle the holidays later in the month. But right now we're going to talk about things that other neurotypicals and others should know, that things that what really sets us off at the holidays. And I put this picture here. Now, this is a picture of my hometown, where I was born and raised and spent a majority of my life. And the Christmas lights. Now, these are very subtle Christmas lights. I love them. They're beautiful, and they're what I love. I love driving down the street and just seeing these. Well, not driving, but being a passenger and seeing these, from the comfort of the car. I don't like being out where music is played. We have a display, and there is a display in this town, or several displays, a whole block basically, where there's music and the whole nine yards. And then in the town where I live now, there's a display with people and music and give a food, and well, that's all good and well. It's not, what I can process well. So that's a big thing. I like to do things from the comfort of my car, or the car or something. So just that's one thing, but we'll get into that further. Um, the first thing that that is a very hard thing about December, and it's not only just on the realm of just being December. It can go from Thanksgiving the whole way to New Year's. Is the routine. Schedules are really hard, and 2021 into 2022 doesn't make it any easier either, because of the way Christmas sets this year. It throws the holidays way out of whack because the Christmas is on a Saturday this year instead of New Year's, and therefore it makes it very difficult for people who have routines. It really changes up the routines of everybody, not just those who are going to school, but those as well who are going to who are in the workplace. There's a lot of holiday closures, um, things like that. There's a lot of change. The routine of the day at the work or program is changed to accommodate for special celebrations or special programs, and that may be difficult. And also another thing that I found interesting is, there are things that you expect, that there are certain events or certain meetings or certain presentations that are routine but are not in November and December traditionally, because of the holiday stress and the holiday jam. Those are removed, but you get ones that you aren't familiar with, and that can be a very hard thing. And it's very hard to accept the fact that you have routines that are constantly being changed, and sometimes very limited, and makes the getting through life very difficult. Um, it's just very difficult. Now to sensory things, is sensory issues. As you see, these lights are very calming and they're very nice. They used to be brighter back in the day before we had all these energy regs and things. They were really beautiful at one time, but now we know that's no longer. But it's just, this is a nice display. But when you get overstimulated because you have too many lights or too many sounds and lights, and music, people singing, church is like, if you believe in church is like, too much. It's really oversensitive, and there's a lot of change and a lot of out of the normal pattern of how services are. You're expected to go to service sometimes at a different time. You're expected, there's other functions that you have to go to for different, if you're in a group or something. So those are all things to consider, also without this. There's a lot of sensory issues. And, children, nothing on children, but a lot of children like Christmas because of the joy and the happiness that it brings. And that can be difficult because children are excited and they're happy, and therefore it can be very hard on our ears and very overstimulating. The same can be said for adults who are sometimes out of their pattern, and they want to have fun, and they're entitled, and adults and children alike are entitled to have fun. But sometimes, as an autistic person, it can be very hard to accept the fact that it's different and it's extremely loud. And sometimes we don't have a safe haven or a safe place to go because of that, of the rearrangement of things. So that's just something to keep in mind. And if we do it, this goes into our segue into our next part of it. We mask. We have to mask. We have to put on a face. We have to, we have not so much the COVID masking like we think, but we have to put on a show because we're expected to do these things. Like we're expected to go to parties for our workplace. We're expected to go, and do things and play games and do things, be social with people, and we don't want to be social with people. It's just, it's just, we as autistic people are too overstimulated when people become social. That's another half of this is like, we have to pretend, we have to put that mask on ourselves and pretend to be, this person who's all with people, and then it really drains us. And when we get home to our safe space, we're really drained, and we really don't know, we have to have time for us too. So you're trying to not only schedule time that we have to be at these functions and perform and do all that, we also have to have time to unwind, and that can be really difficult. And having to do the social, being a social interaction, that can be extremely difficult. So those are just a few things today I wanted to mention about how the holidays it affects autistic adults and teens and whatever alike. But it's very important to know these things because these are some big factors to why autistics oftentimes have meltdowns and things are not in the norm. So we'll be talking about some other things in the month of December, but I want to thank you for listening today. As always, you can like this video or dislike it. I don't care. I mean, I do care, but it's okay if you don't. I like the feedback. Be sure to tap that notification bell up in the top if you want to hear more videos. Be sure to also subscribe if you would like to this channel. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Dustin's Dynasty. I'm on the web at dustinsdynastyusa.com. You can follow me on Pinterest and TikTok at Dustin's Dynasty ASD, and I'm on the this video vlog will also be podcasted and streamed on Spotify. So, and where also my blog posts are every week. So with that, I want to thank you for listening. Have a good week, everyone, and enjoy and be safe. Thank you.